Last week on Project Sullivan, we wiped down all of our motor parts from any debris. I did my best to explain how to put the motor back together. You even tried to animate it, and what to look out for when assembling. We mounted the motor, the EV controller, the chain, mounted the caliper for the brakes, installed floor pans, the shock, ran the wiring harness, and the seat. Do not stare directly at the light.
Oh, I did it now. Okay, I see a big square now every time I blink.
Welcome to Sullivan, Project Sullivan Puppet Theater. Walk, 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 walk. And it's slap.
Welcome to Project Sullivan. I'm Gilbert.
And I'm Gogo.
Today on Project Sullivan, we're going to re-weld some galvanized rims so that we can attach our wheels to the axle.
We're going to be the NASCAR pit crew today.
Right. Now, I know welding welding galvanized metal isn't the best idea because it doesn't weld very well, but it's just going to be spot welds, grind off the weld, and then re-spot weld it. It should be strong enough for the application that we're going to do.
It's only JT. He's not that big.
Right.
His whole 20 pounds.
Now, in the video, you'll hear me reference 4 points of contact when I start my first weld, and that's a fabricating term that's used to lock something in place so you know it's not going to move for a finish weld of any kind. It's just force of habit. Did you learn anything this episode?
I learned that galvanized steel can be welded, but it's not recommended.
It's true. It's also very toxic, so you really don't want to weld a lot of it either.
I also learned that being a NASCAR pit crew is not as easy as it might look.
Well, yeah, because it took us all day to do what they do in a matter of seconds.
Yeah. According to Larson's pit crew last time, it was 14 seconds.
Now, if you'll notice in the movie, our welds aren't as great as they could be.
In the movie?
Our YouTube show?
It's
whatever.
20 minutes.
Okay.
Episode, if anything.
If you notice, in today's Project Sullivan, the welds aren't exactly the greatest. And that stems from 2 things. 3 things. 1, I'm not the world's greatest welder.
No.
Number 2, we're trying to weld galvanized steel, and as we said, it doesn't weld very well. And number 3, we're using a Harbor Freight welder that has no adjustment whatsoever besides high and low.
And is also like 5 years old.
And we got it for free. Comment down below if you happen to see anything that we could improve upon, whether it's our welding or design. You ready to get to doing some fabricating?
Yeah.
I already got my comment ready. Get a better crew.
Alright, we got our wheel hub all mocked up in here. You can tell there was some pretty crappy welding done originally. So I put these 2 bolts in because there's a plate behind the wheel. Right here you can see it. And that plate is separated from that one, so I need to take that off. I need to keep it all in place, so I bolted it together, shoved it down in that vise to keep it all level, and it's pressed up against the vise to hold it. I'm going to grind some of that down, and then we're going to tack weld it all together to keep it get it maybe working a little better.
Yep.
Now this is a super thin metal, so we can burn through it really easy. So what I'm going to do is tack it up in 4 places so it doesn't want to move anymore. And then what I'll do is just tack every little bit every once in a while. You'll see, I'll put about 1 inch of space, then we have to let it cool. It's going to take some while, but we'll speed it up for you guys. Now that we've got a little bit of tacks going here, we're going to switch back to our grinder, grind these back down, tack it up again where we hadn't tacked it before, and just keep doing this process until we get it all nice and lined up. Yeah, you may not be able to tell, but that's actually like 3 or 4 tubes in one there. They just kind of botched them together. That way we had something to fix the wheel onto the axle.
Alright, let's go cart.
Got our little Coke key switch here. You may be asking yourself, why are you leaving these bolts on there and destroying them? Well, because I don't care about the bolts. We're going to be swapping them out when we get the new rims. This is just to mount the hub onto our axle so that we can have some drive tires going. Alright, our little bushing here just keeps our space with our bearings so the axle doesn't slide side to side. Which we lost. We coincidentally found one in the dirt though. So, you know.
That may have been the actual one that came on the go-kart.
No. The other one that was on the go-kart was this piece, and then Grandpa had another piece cut, and it was a two-piece one.
Okay, explain that again.
Well, Grandpa had this one and another piece, but we lost the one piece.
Anyway, my Hollywood director thingy that we got from Hollywood Studios.
Right. Luckily, I found this in the dirt, though. Little piece of conduit left over from when they put in our new AC. Hey. You gotta put it on right. Hey. Nope.
Where'd I go wrong?
Probably should have done that before painting it. Do the folks at home know what's not going to work?
What?
Well, how are you going to hold that in? You got to get the bottom lined up. That goes inside that pipe. Look, there's a hole in the bottom.
Yes, I see that.
That's got to be filled with something.
What?
It's already on there. There you go.
Okay, happy?
Now put the E-clip on.
The E-clip?
It's over there on the side, on the cardboard. I took it off before we painted it.
Okay, where do I put this?
You should see a line it snaps into.
Right there?
The line's in the right spot, the steering's in the right spot.
How does it feel to be passing on to this next generation?
Cool.
The next generation of must go faster.
I like the white wheel.
Do I need to go get a toy cougar?
Right. Bolt it on there.
Yeah.
That should be the recording. Why is there a cougar in there?
Why is there a cougar in the car?
What the hell? It's a goddamn cougar in the car.
No, there's a cougar in the car. I put it in there. You gotta learn to drive with the fear. And there ain't nothing more goddamn frightening than driving with a live cougar in the car.
Well, this is the conclusion of another Project Sullivan. Now, I noticed that David asked Gogo a question when I was editing the video, and he never gave an answer.
Okay, Gogo. How does it feel to be passing down a part of your heritage? Racing has been a big part of your life. We don't know how. We don't know why, but it has been.
Yeah, it has.
How does it feel to be passing down one of your passions to your cousin?
The vehicle you won your first race in.
I'm passing down to the next generation of racers in the family. Uncle Scott, JT. It's theirs now. And I hope they get more use out of it than I did.
Mayonnaise has more emotion.
Well, leave it out in the sun for a little while. It gets pretty dramatic.
That's still an emotion.
Just saying. I don't know if any of us can compete with in the sun mayonnaise.
Yeah, it's us eating that mayonnaise afterward. It gets pretty emotional. Oh, dear God. I'm gonna die. So please like, comment, and subscribe.
Oh, now he does a good voice.
This week on Project Sullivan.
That part's already done.
Recap. I don't know where we're at.